Hey guys, so this is another first impressions video. This time it's for Felix, and it's actually pretty refreshing to see a fire hero, specifically fire, because you don't see a lot of these types of characters in Norse mythology, and it gives me more questions than anything, because I don't know if there's actually a fire phoenix character in Norse mythology. And he actually looks Egyptian, to be honest, with his style that he has here. But he's still a cool character to look at, and definitely interesting with his abilities. We're going to talk about that, but let's check what he says here.
Don't sweet talk me. I used to spend everything I had chasing freedom. Now I have nothing but freedom. Mind your own business.
So he's definitely a character that has a lot of attitude, that's for sure. So anyway, the first thing that you have to take into account for Felix is that he's a strength hero. But in this type of hero, I don't recommend putting him the whip on defense. If you're going to use him on the attack, yes, you can put the whip on him for sure. Because if you put him on defense, you want him to go off first. And if you're gonna put the whip, he's gonna die really quickly. So no, don't do that.
Don't sweet talk me.
So anyway, let's talk about his ability here. He does 320% damage to the target. That is a nice amount of damage. But the big one is that he grants shield equal to 34% of the caster's max HP for 3 turns to all the nearby allies. So he's going to give shields to whoever is left and right to him. However, if you're going to put him on defense, you got to put him in the M as in Mary. In other words, the M position in defense. So it's pretty much the one that has the 3 heroes in front and the 2 in the back. Because this way, if he's put in the middle when he goes off, he's gonna give his shields to every single hero in defense that you have there. So you can definitely put him like that in the very middle, and that could be a very viable hero for defense for a player that's starting out, not a high level player. If you're starting out and you're having your red team having a lot of problems, or your team in general having a lot of problems and they're dying and things like that, you could bring him in for extra shields and defense. However, when you actually
Mind your own business.
when you actually play in this game and you're a red hero, you have to take into account Palmyra. Yeah, it is what it is. If you have to take account to Palmyra, because Palmyra pretty much one shot pretty much most of the red heroes in this game. So one thing that I have found is that the best way to prevent Palmyra one-shotting a red hero is shields, and this guy creates shields. So that could be definitely a good counter for you if that's what you're going for against Palmyra. But let's talk about his awakenings real quick first. So his +1 is that restores 3 mana when taking damage. So usually this ability I've seen it work when a hero is unshielded and they take stone damage, and when they take stone damage they gain mana. So when they have shields, they don't get the extra mana unless they change that in the last update, but that's the last thing that I've seen. But if they change that with the shields, he'll still get mana. This is really nice for him for sure. And if he's starting out and he doesn't have any shields and stones are thrown to him, he can go off faster. So that's going to be a huge plus for him. And this is the usual 10% for the +2. For the +3, this one actually makes a lot of sense for him because since he's a Phoenix there that he revives, this is really nice for him. So, and also against Palmyra, if you can believe it, because if Palmyra goes off first, she on the attack, you on defense, and she tries to one-shot him, he's gonna survive the entire turn because he's going to be immortal. So that gives him an opportunity to go off and bringing the shields to the entire team in the M formation. So that's pretty nice. It's an opportunity for him to actually do this.
Don't sweet talk me.
Because actually, there's another amazing defense hero that he's simply not being used on defense because of Palmyra. And you guessed it, that is Bedivere over here.
Getting justice is never too late.
Because with his abilities, he has a lot of defensive abilities, but he completely gets uh, pretty much cleansed or dispelled by Palmyra completely. So he usually gets one shot by Palmyra, so that's not going to work.
Responsibility must match one's ability.
However,
Chill out.
but with
Mind your own
Felix,
business.
since he brings in shields, he does have an opportunity to survive that. So that's definitely a option if you're starting off in the game. If you're starting off in the game, you can definitely bring him in on your defense teams. If you're dying in bosses, for example on Titan and Valor and Campaign, and you want to use the red team, you can definitely bring in Felix or just bring him in anyway, because he's not he can give shields to any hero that he has next to. So that could be an option for you if you're starting off, and he's gonna be a nice whip holder if you're gonna go on the attack, that's for sure. All right, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.